Hello everybody, my name is CulBlu and I'm bringing out this video of me reviewing a board game, and today I'm going to be doing a review of Dorfromantik The Board Game. Just to give clarification, this should hopefully, if I planned everything correctly, be released in the same week that I release my playthrough and review of Dorfromantik Like Luggage. So hopefully this will be released in the same week in the future on YouTube or in the past, I don't know. But just know that this is me kind of playing through Dorfromantik the board game after having played Dorfromantik Light Luggage, so I will have that perspective and I'll talk about those things because I did make some light comparisons to them based on my assumptions previously. Let's go and get our background music started. Excuse me. All right, cool. So we got our background music going, and yeah, let's go ahead and jump into this. So Dorfromantik is a tile laying game where you're trying to just basically kind of lay out tiles and score points and finish tasks, and it's a mostly peaceful game. I say mostly peaceful because trying to get those objectives sometimes just like, I must fight hard to get those objectives. It's not the biggest deal in the world, but just know that this is a board game based on the video game Dorfromantik, which one of my friends one of the people that are my friends. They're my friend too, so I can say my friends. Which is Turnip. Turnip plays this game a lot. You might have seen Turnip on my channel a few times, but Turnip is married to Bear, and you might have seen Bear on my channel a few times. But Turnip apparently loves this game a lot, so I'm excited to share this game with her to see if she would actually like this one too. But for the most part, let's go ahead and try to jump into the playthrough things. So as usual with my reviews, I will start with a kind of teach and demo of the game, and then I will go through my review of things that I like, things I didn't like, and my overall rating of the game. So for this one, we're gonna go ahead and get started. I do have some custom things here for mine. So I did put mine inside of some makeup bags or canvas bags. This is a makeup bag, this is a canvas bag. This is gonna be my task bag. So I have my tasks here, and this is my, these are my landscape tiles. And these are all the things for when you first punch open the game. This is how it should be set. So I don't have any spoilers here if you were concerned about spoilers for the campaign playthrough. I do have all the tiles here, and these are all these are all randomized already. And this is a cube for me trade. This is very excessive for this game, but I use it for the purposes of helping me record things early if you saw my playthrough. So I will kind of keep these over here to the side. Those will be objectives that I'll be pulling from as I pull those objective tiles out. And then lastly, I will need the rulebook and the score sheet. And I would highly encourage everybody to play through the campaign as well. Mostly because it's not really like a campaign you got to keep track, you must play and know everything and remember stuff. It's just more of as you go along, you unlock some stuff. And as you unlock some stuff, hey, you get more tiles. And hey, you get a few more here, you get a few more there. So this is the campaign sheet. I do want to talk about this one first because it's definitely going to come up in my review when I get to the end. But I will explain what we're looking at here. So what we're looking at, kind of get everything else on the screen so it's not visually busy. What we're looking at is we're looking at our campaign sheet. You'll put your player names for all the people who are playing, what day you started, what day you ended your campaign. This is like your overall campaign when you completed it, when you considered yourself finished. And then over here you have a track kind of keeping track of your score. And then over here you have a track that's kind of keeping track of your achievements as you unlock them. And you have this little skill tree, if you will. So the way it works is essentially, let's say I play my first game with my friends and we score 112 points. So when we score 112 points, we're gonna look over here for the score and we're gonna round down to the nearest 10. Well, not nearest, but round to the lowest 10. I don't know how to properly pronounce it, just round down. So this we're gonna go to 110 and it's gonna be a fisherwoman. So that means I get to put my, my thing that I put here is gonna be the game number that I'm on. So I can say game number 1. Okay, game number 1 I put here. I scored 112 points. Note that there's no 112. You just put game 1 is what you played. Then over here is how many marks you get off. Now this mark, this little section here, it's not super complicated. It just means that you'll X out 1, 2, 3 marks, and then you get to open box number 1, interact with stuff in box number 1, get some achievements, so on and so forth. For achievements, for the most part, the same thing. As you get cards and unlock achievements, that will come in the boxes. And when I say boxes, Dorfromantik does come with a set of mystery boxes. And you can also reset the game pretty easily, too. I do want to mention that for those who are wondering about this whole campaign experience. There is no tearing up cards here. But you have these mystery boxes that are full of different achievements, tiles, and other things, bits and pieces. And as the game tells you to, open this box, do this thing, get these achievements, then you'll go in. Whoops. Just dropped everything. Then you'll go in and take out those things, read the cards, enter out the cards and stuff. So that will tell you, it'll tell you specifically, when you do X, Y, Z, then you've completed this achievement. So mark off this specific achievement. So mark off Flag Festival. And then when you do mark it off, you say, okay, it was game number 5, our 5th game in our campaign that we did. We got Flag Festival, so you put 5 here. And Flag Festival, you get to mark it off, and then you'll be able to use it going forward. So that's what that is. I just want to explain that because that's important. Also, these hearts here, as you get past them, you'll get more heart tokens. You'll know what those are once you open up box number 2, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, no, once you open up box number 1. But going back over here, on the back of the sheet is empty, is blank. So what I do with my campaign playthrough, and I'll bring my actual personal campaign playthrough, not the one I did on my stream, because I did do a playthrough of 3 games for a campaign. I'm not going to ever finish that campaign, but I just wanted to do a little bit of a demo here in a playthrough video, my previous video right before this one. But this is my actual campaign that I'm playing through. You can see I'm pretty deep in, 12 games in at least, and my scores have varied. And what I've done on the back is every time I just wrote my actual score back here, because there's not really a way for you to keep track of that on the front. But they give you all this blank space on the back, so I'm just like, oh yeah, game number 1, I scored 81 points. My highest scoring game so far is game 12. Felt pretty good about that one, 187 points. And yeah, look at all these achievements I've got. What does it mean? I don't know, but I'm definitely climbing this tree. I'm going up this path, and I'm gonna make it one day. All right, so cool. I just wanted to show that just to give a demo. For this particular video, we're gonna be talking about how to play the game. So we're not gonna be going into like the whole fancy campaign stuff. We're just going to be playing just base game with what it has, and we'll talk about the rules because the rules should be the same. But I would encourage you after you finish your first playthrough, go ahead and just take your campaign sheet and keep track of things. Because it's as simple as just marking down your score, saying how much you got, and then moving on from there. Oh, speaking of which, there's a score sheet. I don't use it because I use an app to keep track of my scores in my gameplays and stuff. It's the BG Stats app. Not that you need to know which app. But there is a sheet here, and it's double-sided, so there's plenty of sheets here for you to keep track of scores, for everybody who's playing, for what achievements you might have unlocked in that particular playthrough. These are pretty nice, but I don't use them, so they'll just be there for prosperity reasons. Posterity? Prosperity? I don't know, whatever the proper word is. All right, so I'm going to give my tiles a shuffle, and I'm going to give my goals a shuffle. So the goals are going to be the ones with the dialogue box here on the back. So make sure you put all of the goals inside of put them all face down, shuffle them as best you can, and keep them face down. I put mine in a bag because it just felt better to do a bag pull. It just feels better for me personally. And then your other tiles should be your landscape tiles. They'll have a windmill on the back, and they should have like some design and stuff on the front. We'll talk about placement rules as we go along. This game is not super ultra complicated, and as a result of that, we'll do a rolling teach as we like to do on these channels around these parts. So I'm going to zoom in here, and we're going to go and start the game. Now, when you play Dorfromantik, there are a few rules to keep in mind. There are a few core rules. Rule number 1 is that at any given time while you're playing, you must have 3 active tasks running. If you do not have 3 active tasks running, then your next turn, you must draw a tile from the landscape bag. Sorry, not landscape bag, sorry, a tile from the objectives bag, the task bag. You must draw a task tile. So, start of the game, turn 1. I have no tiles on the board, but I must have 3 task tiles. So therefore, my first tile must be a task tile. So I'm gonna go to my bag, or go to my stack of task tiles. I'm going to draw a task tile. Again, it has the little dialogue box in the back, and I'll put it down. Now, I'm going to put it in my hand. Now, the reason I'm putting it in my hand is because it's not on the board yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the type of tile it is, and I'm going to go find the one of the markers here. These are all face down. These are all mystery. These are going from range of 4 points to 6 points, not in this order. So I'm just going to take this one in just to show. That's a 5, because again, these are all randomized. And I'll put it on the tile. And now that I've put it on the tile, I've revealed what kind of task it is. I'm going to decide where I want to put it on the board. Well, this is currently the first tile, so I'm just going to put it down. All right, cool. Now, turn number 2, I need at least 3 task tiles before I can continue. So therefore, I need to draw another task tile. I'm going to draw one from the bag. This one is a forest one. So I'm going to do the same thing, go over here, and I'm going to let's pull this one. It's going to be a forest of size 6. Now, after I've taken the tile and revealed the task tile and done all that, I can choose where to place it. Now, for placement rules, there are a few placement rules that must be that are universally true. Rule number 1 is that you cannot just cut off train tracks or rivers whenever you get rivers. And 2 is you must have 3 task tiles. That's not it. Sorry, 2 is that you cannot make the task tile illegal as soon as you place it. What I mean by that is that it's a little impossible for me to have it happen right this second because it's pretty much a wide open board. But what it means is that I cannot place a tile, a new task tile, such that it's immediately not completable based on what tiles is currently touching, if that makes sense. Again, we're gonna just put a pin in that one, and we're gonna play as we go. But I'm gonna choose to place this tile like this. I'm allowed to place tiles with the artwork not matching. That's fine, but I'm not allowed to place tiles like this again because it's cutting off a train track. Train tracks must touch other train tracks essentially, and rivers must touch other rivers. But this is fine. This is perfectly fine. This is perfectly fine. This is perfectly fine. All these other placements are perfectly fine. I'm going to elect to do. Actually, I would do this instead. All right, that's my placement. Now, turn number 3, I need another task tile because it has to be 3. So we're going to take this one and we're going to draw it. We're going to go to our objectives over here, our face down mystery objectives, and I'm going to draw this one. Put it there. It's a 6. Now I get to choose where to put it. Again, rivers, same thing. This is completely illegal because it's cutting off a train track. It's also cutting off a river, but this is perfectly fine. All right, so that's what I'm gonna do. All right, now I'm done with that. I checked the board. I have 3 task tiles on turn number 4. I'm now obligated, mandatory, to draw a tile from this bag of landscapes. Actually, let me zoom out, and I forgot to say something. When you play this game, I always forget this, and it happened to me during my playthrough, and it caused a lot of ruckus, caused a lot of problems. When you play this game, you must take 3 tiles and secretly discard them to the box. They will not be played this game, which means that you will not be playing with a full loadout of all the tiles. So there'll be 3 tiles randomly taken out, put back in the box. I just put mine to the side. I do not know what they are. They're random, and now I play. All right, so now I get to draw my first tile. So I'm going to draw my first tile, and I'm going to place it. I'm going to put it here. Now, I didn't explain what the task tiles actually do, but I'm assuming that you can kind of pick up what they're doing as we go along. So right now, in order for me to complete these task tiles, I must have these requirements met. So in this one, I must have the railroads connected to this tile specifically, must equal 5 exactly. So it's currently it's 1, 2. For this one, it's the same for rivers, so it's currently 1. And this one's the same for forests, so it's currently 1 because there's only 1 forest there. So I'm going to draw my next tile while zoomed in here. My next tile is going to be this one, and I'm going to choose to place this one like so. There we go. So 1, 2, 3. So we're working on our railroad one. I'm drawing another random tile. Oh man, looks like we're gonna maybe finish up our railroad one here soon. And I'm gonna draw one more. It's a river. Okay, so we're gonna put this river here. Now I could put this here instead. There's nothing stopping me from doing that. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do that just because I said I was. Or I could. Of course, get another river. All right, and I'm gonna keep drawing and placing tiles following the placement rules. I am going to also try to do some future planning here, and speaking of which, I'm going to zoom out a little bit more, and I'll put this tile here so I can kind of build some housing settlements. All right, continuing on, yep, I want to do that. So now this is currently a 1, 2, 3 forest, and I can build 3 more and get that task completed. And oh, here's my 5th railroad. So here's my 5th railroad. I finished my railroad. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my tracks are all done. So I'm going to take this, and I'm gonna take this, and I'll put over here to my scored section. This is my scored area. I've scored this one. I've successfully completed it, and now that's done with that turn. Now on my next turn, I must, because I only have 2 task tiles active right now, I must draw another task tile to replace that one. So I draw this one, and before I place it, I get to know what size it needs. It's a size 4. Now this is what I was saying before. I can place it such that I can finish it immediately, but I'm not allowed to place it such that it is immediately illegal. So in this case, if I put this here, this is immediately impossible to finish. So therefore, this is not an allowed initial placement. I can place it like this to where it's in peril of never being finished. That's fine. Or maybe next turn, like I can put it. Let me see if I can get an example. Yeah, I can put it here like so. That's fine. And then let's say next turn I draw a tile. I'm just gonna put it face down. Next turn I put a tile. Let's say I put a tile here that does not match. It's like a desert here. And therefore this one becomes not achievable. So therefore this will go out of the game, as in I won't be able to score it. It goes out of the game, and now I got to draw a new task tile. That's allowed. But what I'm going to choose to do is I'm going to choose to put it up here because I can score it immediately. Let's see, I'm going to angle it. I'm going to angle it this way. Sorry, I'm just knocking my tiles around. So that's perfectly fine. This is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So we do score this one immediately. And as you can see, I'm trying to like chain things together so I can score multiple things at the same time. I'm going to draw another tile. And I'm not going to finish this full entire playthrough here, but I'm just going to continue explaining as we go. And oh, perfect, we got another example. So I can put this down like so, boom, and it's immediately done because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on, can we get it? Can we get the tree again? Come on, trees. Hey, trees. All right, is it a 6? Ah, it's a 5. Ah, too good to be true. If it was a 6 though, if it was a 6, then I would be able to do 2 at once, and that's perfectly fine. So in this case, I did not get the fortune of, you know what? We're going to say I got the fortune of doing that. Yeah, because we're doing a demo. We're not playing a full game. Yeah. Oh man, look at that. I got the 6. Woo, look how great that was. Now, I just want to clarify, what I just did is not allowed. Whatever you draw is what you draw. But I'm just saying for the purpose of the demo, I just want to show this exciting moment. This nice little brain, what's what I'm looking for? Nice hit of dopamine. Yeah, let's get this nice hit of dopamine together. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sounds like a drug. Hey, you want to go get some dopamine? Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we do get both of these at the same time, which feels amazing for the brain. And then we need to draw a new task tile. And we drew a river. So we're going to draw a river. It's going to be a 6. I can put it here. Yeah, I'll put it here. Try to finish these 2 at the same time as well. And as you can see, I'm trying to place these tiles strategically. I got to put another task tile down, and you do these one at a time. But I'm trying to place these tiles down so I can try to score things as I go along. Maybe try to make new additional paths and tracks, and then keeping in mind that I have the knowledge initially, knowing that there's 1 4, 2 5s, and 2 6s. Knowing that information, I know that the next forest tile is going to be a 5. So I can start planning ahead of time. I can start building an area of like this, maybe being size 4. So when the forest tile does come out, I can put it there immediately, score it immediately, and then kind of move on to the next one. An additional thing is that the task tiles, as you can see here, because I've been using them to complete other tasks, they're also tiles. So you can kind of use those to chain together to give yourself a nice scoring condition like I had up here, a beautiful example, almost a perfect example, but I had to finagle it a little bit. And then once you have your 3 task tiles, you can continue drawing from your landscape bag. Now the game will end when you need to draw a landscape tile and there are no more landscape tiles in the bag. At that time, the game will be over. Now, an important thing to note is, as you just saw here, actually, let me show you instead of tell you. So let's go ahead and continue playing here. So let's say I'm going to do this here like that, just because I want to draw my next tile. And okay, perfect. I'm going to do that. Now, once I do that, this is going to be impossible to complete because it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So therefore, this one's no longer viable. It gets thrown out of the game immediately. And as a result of that, I now only have 2 active task tiles and I need to draw another one. So as a result, I can put this one, so this is a 5. I can put this one here like so. And what I'm trying to show is that these are actual tiles. So as a result of that, you can kind of use that to your advantage. Sometimes you end up in a pickle. Sometimes you end up with tiles you can't really finish anyway. So you might want to just try to sack those ones or just try to purposely sabotage yourself on those ones so you can kind of move on to bigger and better tiles. It's a little bit harder to do on rivers and train tracks because you need a river or train track to connect it. It's kind of hard to make it impossible because nothing else can go in front of it. But knowing that information, you can use that to your advantage to kind of allow yourself to get some extra turns at the end of the game. Because you're drawing task tiles and you finish it immediately, or you draw a task tile and use it to invalidate a previous one, and then you draw a new task tile and use it to invalidate the previous one you just laid down. And you can do some stuff like that to kind of chain and extend your turns. But for the most part, when you need to draw a landscape tile, when you after you have 3 tasks on the board, or after you're out of tasks, if you're out of tasks, you just keep drawing your landscape tiles until you run out of tiles. But when you need to draw a landscape tile and there are no more in the bag, that's when the game is over. Once it's over, you add up your score by adding up the total of all of your completed tiles, plus the longest run of your longest river and the longest run of your longest train. So in this case, if the game were to be, this would be the in-game state, my final score would be 21 plus 5. Is that right? Yeah, 21 plus 5, so 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Because this is my longest train, this is my longest river, so 35 points would be my final score. And then I would just kind of go about, you know, feeling pretty good about that and successful, or, you know, kind of clean the game up and then try again. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the actual playthrough and demo. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the actual review, talking about things that I like, things that I didn't like, and then finally give a rating for the game at the end. I will start with all this by saying that I have only previously done a playthrough of Dorfromantik Light Luggage. I've never played the video game. I've seen it played. I didn't understand what was happening. It looked cozy, so I guess that's fine. It looked like it had a Zen mode or something like that, and that seemed pretty cool. Kind of endlessly play the game. But my only experience with Dorfromantik has been Dorfromantik Light Luggage. And I do want to also call this out, because it is still true to this day. I have not played through Dorfromantik Sakura, and I'm getting up to go grab it from the shelf. It's not a shelf of shame, guys. It's a shelf of opportunity. All right. So I got the opportunity in the future to play through yet another brilliant board game, which is Dorfromantik Sakura. So, the order that I acquired these games in was Dorfromantik Sakura, Dorfromantik Light Luggage, and then Dorfromantik The Board Game. I bought this like at the beginning of the year 2026, something like that, maybe in December of 2025. And then I never played it. I unboxed it, did a whole video about it. And then this one, I also did the same thing. I bought it, not in the beginning of the year, but I bought it like maybe, 4 weeks ago, at the time of me recording this video. Actually, no, less than that, probably 2 weeks ago, at the time actually, I can check. Hold on, let me check. Is it important to the discussion here? No, but I'm going to check anyway, because I got the app in front of me. And what I'm trying to say is that I played through Dorfromantik Light Luggage, and I really enjoyed the experience that I had there. I just felt like there needed to be a little bit more. If I can just have a little bit more game, then I feel like this would be like, oh, this would be right up my alley. And I was like, well, this is the light version of the game, so maybe the not light version of the game is pretty good. And to clarify, I first played this game on 5/11/26. When did I acquire it? I first acquired this game on May 4th, 2026. Okay, so May 4th, 2026. So is that 20-something days ago? Yeah. All right, so about 3 or 4 weeks ago, about a month ago. So I bought this game about a month ago, and then I played it, and I really enjoyed the experience, like I said before, once I kind of got over the hump of like trying to sit down and play it and learn it, and I was like, you know what, I really want to play Dorfromantik now. Again, I had Dorfromantik Sakura sitting on my shelf, but I figured that maybe I had some extra, you know, razzle-dazzle that I wasn't ready for. So I wanted to play this one first. So I have played through this one in this particular playthrough, my previous videos and my review, which is what I'm doing now. And I will eventually play this one. I don't know if I'll make a video about it, but maybe I will. But I'm bringing all that up to say that I've had this on my shelf for like a while and never played it. And I was like, oh, you know what? Let me get the mini version of the game, and I played it, liked it, and I went and bought this one before I went down and bought that. I'm telling you, it's boy math. I'm telling you, it's boy math. I'll do everything except for go to a therapist, guys. It's fine. All right. So jokes aside, at my own expense, what I'm trying to say is that I have played through Dorfromantik Light Luggage. I've had Dorfromantik the Sakura, the board game, on my shelf for a while, and I never sat down and played it, and I really liked my experience with Dorfromantik Light Luggage. My overall summary of my review, I would like for you to go watch it if you want to, but I'm trying to release these videos around the same time, so they'll hopefully be in the same week, so you can kind of hear me in my analysis evolve. But my general feeling of Dorfromantik Light Luggage was that it's fun, and I like what's happening here. I just kind of wish there was a little bit more for me to sink my teeth into. And then it turns out they got a bigger, or it has a bigger sibling. So I played his bigger sibling, Dorfromantik the Board Game, which is what I'm talking about now. And getting into the things that I like is I like this game a lot. I like this whole entire game. I like everything about it. I like how the progression works when you play through the campaign. And it also gives you the option to not have to play through the campaign. You can literally just open up all the boxes, throw everything in there, and just go for it and see how you do. It's going to be a lot of rules for you to kind of, slowly, a lot of rules for you to try to keep track of. But if you play through the campaign, if you go through that method, or maybe just unlock a few boxes and just kind of play with what's there, you can really kind of slowly work yourself into knowing how the mechanics work, knowing what strategies might be better for this particular approach versus that particular approach. Maybe the board, as far as how the tiles are coming out, maybe the board just tells you that you need to go this way and you start going that way. But I think this game gives you a lot to offer. As you saw in my campaign sheet, I played 12 games of this off stream, as in just in my personal time. And the games don't last very long, so that's another big pro for this game, is that even though you do have a lot of tiles, it is a little bit to clean up, especially compared to Dorfromantik Light Luggage, which is like, I was gonna say 5 seconds, but no, it's not 5 seconds to clean up. It's like maybe 2 minutes to clean up, whereas this is like maybe 4 minutes to clean up. I think this game does give you a lot for how long the gameplay length is. Sorry, wait, I said that wrong. That was bad phrasing. What I'm trying to say is that the time that you spend playing this game feels like you accomplished something, and I appreciate that because you build a nice map, you score your tiles and tokens, you see how you did from game to game, and even if you don't score the highest, you can still unlock stuff, and that feels good. I do appreciate that mechanic for that. If you play the campaign specifically, I do appreciate that aspect of things, and the game does change itself based on which tiles show up and when they show up and how they show up and what order they show up, which I guess I just said the same thing 4 different times. But what I'm saying is that there's a lot of variety from game to game, so it just kind of gives you this kind of endless pool of game to play in and dig into. And again, there's a whole bunch of stuff to unlock in that box. And all those boxes, I don't think I showed it on screen, but I'll show it on screen now. All these boxes have a lot of different mechanics that really change up the game and just tweak it just enough to keep you interested and maybe say, ooh, what if I try this strategy? Or ooh, what if I try that instead? And they give you a lot of really good looks. I'm not going to open any of these, but these are the campaign boxes. So as you're playing through the campaign, you'll be able to open up these boxes when the game tells you to open up the boxes and grab the components that the game tells you to grab or that the boxes tell you to grab. And then you'll kind of be dipping in some of these boxes multiple times, but for the most part, each box adds in a different set of mechanics. Box number 3 is kind of the main box, so you'll be kind of dipping this one a few times. But it's just nice to have like all this extra game because I think that this game is solid as it is with the base game stuff. As in without all this fancy like tiles and powers and abilities that exist over here. But I think once you start adding in this stuff, it just gives me that crunch, gives me that stuff that I wanted. Which again, Dorfromantik Light Luggage had some of the stuff. It's just some of the stuff wasn't reliably there because of how the mechanics work. When you play Dorfromantik Light Luggage, as you score better and better, you basically take a random selection of certain tiles. And when I say random selection, it's not you select random, or well, it is a random selection, so you randomize which ones you get is what I'm trying to say. So from game to game, it can change dramatically. Yeah, you can just ignore that randomization part and just kind of pick the tiles and pick the powers and abilities that you want and the extra objectives you want in Dorfromantik Light Luggage. But in this one, in Dorfromantik The Board Game, you have those. Like, you just have it unlocked. So that way you know you have the circus, or you know you have the warehouse, or you know you have the other tiles that I've experienced so far in this game from game to game. And I think that is pretty fun because then you can start building strategies around that specific thing. And you can start planning ahead, like way further ahead than you can in Dorfromantik Light Luggage. And it just gives me, again, that crunch that I was looking for. So I think that this game has a ton of things going for it. And in my pros of this game, I can't speak more positively of it. I guess the only con I can really think of is that this game does have cleanup that's necessary, just like any other board game. But on a more serious note, one con that I think does exist for this game is that it is randomized based on tile laying when the tiles come out, and sometimes it can feel very disheartening to get as far as you've gotten into your playthrough of 30-40 minutes at most. And then once you get to like those very last 2 or 3 tiles that you gotta pull and you gotta place down, they end up being the exact wrong tiles. And I was like, shakes your fist at the sky. It does still feel bad in the moment, and it does still feel not great. And as a result of that, I don't, it's a minor con because it kind of comes with the territory, but I don't really know how to get around that. It's just sometimes it's like you have a phenomenal game, you score like 700 points, you're like, whoa, I'm so good at this game. I'm so good at games. And then the next game, you just got like, I scored 40 points. It was like, yay. I sat at the table. Like, that's what happened. And actually, going back to my campaign here, using it as a prime example. Where's my campaign? It's this one? No. Yeah, it's this one. Going back to my campaign here, of my 12 games that I played, I have my averages and everything in the app and stuff, but if I bring this up on the screen a lot closer, you can kind of see that there is a fluctuation that happens, and sometimes it comes down to bad planning on the player side. Let me tell you, I'm really bad at planning sometimes. And then other times it comes down to just the tiles didn't come out in the right order. Like that example that I gave in our demo earlier, where I got the forest of 6, and then I got a forest of 4, and then I got a forest of 5 that helped me finish the forest. Oh, sorry, I got a forest of 6, a forest of 4. I got a forest of 4 that helped me finish the forest of 4, and then I got a forest of 5 that I could put onto that helped me finish the forest of 5, and then I got a forest of 6. I got both of those, and it's like it just gave you like that pattern. Like things were just chaining so well. That doesn't always happen. So again, it's not really that much of a knock at the game. It's just more of a randomization of things. But you can sometimes have big booms and big busts. Like towards the end, I started getting a little bit more consistent with my strategies, and I started figuring out a little bit more about planning ahead in the future. So I did objectively get better at planning and playing the game for sure. But in the beginning, you can kind of see like 81, 109, 91, 133, 102, 105, 148, 142, 117. And like, you know, it's just kind of that roller coaster that can happen. And again, this is mostly just me learning as I play. And, you know, took me a number of playthroughs to finally get some stuff unlocked because, boy, were those first few games rough. But the whole thing I'm trying to bring up is that, yeah, the randomization does lead to some not so cozy feelings at times. And I think that's kind of one of the reasons why I'm hesitant to even call this a cozy game, because I feel like if you're trying to play this game to win, or you're trying to play this game to, like, you know, achieve your objectives or accomplish your goals, you may not be able to find the coziness that exists in this game. If you do play this game on a more casual side, as in, you know, just kind of unlock the boxes that you want, open up what you want, say, hey, I'm kind of bored with what's here, let me go ahead and just open up box number 3 and throw it all in. That, I think you can get to that cozy feeling where you can kind of sit down, play your tiles, put them in the board, try to build out your stuff, you know, get that serotonin flowing when you got tiles that match up perfectly from a random bag pool. And that feels great. And that can be a thing you can get, but again, it's kind of dependent on how you attack the game, or how you approach the game. I approach the game from, I want to try to finish the campaign, I want to try to unlock the things, so therefore I'm more focused on my score, I'm more focused on being more disciplined when it comes to completing objectives and kind of setting up sections of like, okay, this is my housing area, this is my fields area, this is my forest area, and I kind of got to mix and match every once in a while and kind of, you know, reset and regenerate forest and rebuild housing as I go along. And that turns the game from a very cozy game for me, personally, to a very, you know, how do I optimize this? And again, Dorfromantik, the video game, I'm pretty sure you can do the same thing. The modes that I was introduced to were Zen mode. Somebody was playing in Zen mode, and I said, what is that? And they said, oh, I'm playing Dorfromantik in Zen mode. I was like, what does that mean? I said, it's endless. And I was like, oh, okay. And it looks pretty. It looked really pretty. And things were popping up, and they were just putting tiles and having a great time. And I was like, oh, that seems very cozy. I like that. I never played the video game myself, so I don't know what else it offers, but I'm assuming it offers whatever mixture of this is. And I think there was a Board Game Geek post that originally got me interested in Dorfromantik, which is why I bought Dorfromantik Sakura so long ago, which was somebody who was saying, is there an endless mode in, what game was it? There was a tile laying game where somebody said, is there an endless mode? Give me a second. It's on my shelf. I don't know which one it is though. You know what? I can go look it up. Sorry, it's going to bother me until I find it here. But the whole point I'm trying to bring up is that their conversation there, they said Dorfromantik has a Zen mode. So I was like, ooh, Dorfromantik has a board game. So I went and bought the board game blindly. Dorfromantik Sakura specifically, because I figured that might be better than the Dorfromantik original. And it maybe is. I just haven't sat down and played it. There we go. Zen mode, that's what I was saying. And... Sorry. Oh, I think I know what game it was. Nope, I lied. That's not that game. It was not Cascadia. No, it couldn't have been Cascadia. Huh. I don't think I'll ever figure out what game they were talking about. Man, it's gonna bother me forever. All right, train of thought completely derailed here. Going back to the entirety of my point though, I got Dorfromantik Sakura kind of on a whim because of that conversation, and I am glad I did get it, because this is giving me a lot of good feelings. I like the accomplishment of the goals. It is kind of bringing me into, on the rating side of things, bringing me onto the higher end. I don't want to go too high with this because I feel like for the type of game that this is, I can't possibly give this something higher than an 8 out of 10. So I think I'll just give this an 8 out of 10 and call it a day. So my overall ranking for this game is going to be an 8 out of 10. And yeah, I just think that everything is offering, it's kind of hitting on all cylinders. It's giving like a good group vibe. You can play this cooperatively. They do have a competitive version of this in Dorfromantik Duel, which I don't think I'll be getting personally. But it does have options. If you want to play more of a competitive game, go get Dorfromantik Duel. But Dorfromantik, this one, Dorfromantik Light Luggage, Dorfromantik Sakura, probably all seem like fine, great games. Dorfromantik Light Luggage was a great entry for me because it kind of showed me what the game could be, and then this was kind of like the answer to like all my problems. Again, I had a lot of criticisms for Dorfromantik Light Luggage, basically saying I really wish it was more, I really wish it was a little bit less hectic, I really wish it was a little bit more like I can plan long term or stuff like that. I think it's effectively what I said, or something along those lines. But this is definitely what I was looking for. So I appreciate everything here. I think it kind of answered all the criticisms that I had for the previous one without even listening to me to begin with. And yeah, I would recommend this game, Dorfromantik, the board game. I would even recommend Dorfromantik Sakura, which I haven't played yet, but I'm assuming it's more of the same, just with like different theme and different kind of paths that you can do. I remember seeing the Dorfromantik Sakura path had like the flowers and stuff everywhere. Actually, I don't have to think about it. I can just open it up and look at it because I have it right here. That's right. It's show, don't tell. All right. Yeah. So this one has the same pathing situation going, but it's a lot smaller. Oh man. Oh geez, there's a lot more objectives. Holy crud. All right. Knowing what I know about this game now, whoa, this is a lot. All right. Let me zoom in and compare these two. I don't mean to turn this into a comparison between Dorfromantik and Dorfromantik Sakura, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. There's a lot here. So where do I start? Do I get to choose where I start? Oh, here it is. Let's just start. So I start here, and then open box 2, same situation. And then it's a split in the path, but it converges to box 3. So Lake Crossroads, and then open the box 3, and then it goes to Temple, and then I wonder what this is about. So are these just 2 different paths, or do I have to do like special playthroughs to go this side? It's interesting. Now again, this is probably visually the same exact thing as this. Oh, sorry, probably logically the same exact thing as this. It's just this one's visually way more going on. It does also look like this has way more achievements than this. It's 0 to 100. Oh man, I don't know. The print on this is smaller, so I'm assuming that there's way more of these than that. So yeah, okay, I'll stand by my statement. Yeah, Dorfromantik the board game I think it was a better entry point for me than Dorfromantik Sakura, but I think both of these are equally recommendable. I'm looking forward to being able to like, kind of cut my teeth on this one, and then once I get bored with Dorfromantik the board game, I got, Sakura right here, just go straight on in and just try to achieve some goals, start kicking down rice fields and taking forest names. I was trying to say kick down doors and take names. That did not work out. But you know what I mean. Have fun. That's what I'm trying to say. Have fun. All right. So that is going to conclude my review here for Dorfromantik, the board game. Conclusion is summary is I did enjoy the game greatly. I am glad I sat down and played it. And now I'm going to try to release both the video for Dorfromantik Light Luggage and the video for this in the same week. If I achieve it, great. If I don't, then go check out the other video for Dorfromantik Light Luggage whenever I post it. Or maybe this video is posted second. I don't know which one's going to go first. I haven't planned it out that far ahead. But I'm just trying to say that hopefully this is kind of rounding out my criticisms that I have for Dorfromantik Light Luggage as a system, and maybe this will make people feel a little bit happier that I'm more of a fan of the game now. Not that I wasn't that much of a fan of Light Luggage, but I just had a few words about the randomness in that game. I was like, why can't I just play the same objectives? Stop making it random. It turns out it's just because it's a light version of it. So yeah, don't take it too seriously, huh? Okay. So thank you all very much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about the games. Let me know if you guys would go and check out the games yourself. Again, light luggage I think is a great entry point for just about anybody. But for me personally, Dorfromantik The Board Game gave me the crunch I was looking for, and I'm looking forward to diving more into all these boxes of goodness and all these tiles of tileness. So yeah, so thank you all very much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed it, and as always, I'll see you all whenever. Sorry, see you all whenever. There you go. I had to time it right.